Hello everyone, so today we're going to get a NEIPA on the go. Got the water in the mash tun, ready to start heating up the water for the mash. Let's turn her on. Full power. Malt pipe that I made for the buffalo boiler. Stick the lid on, wait till she gets up to temperature. Here's today's tasty grain bill. We're putting in 5 kilos of marisata, 500 grams of flaked barley, 500 grams of flaked wheat, and 500 grams of flaked oats. Let's have a look at them. Lovely. We're at 75.2 degrees strike water. We're going to start mashing in at that and hopefully hit around 67 degrees for the mash. So we're all mashed in. It smells really good, really sweet. Tasted a little bit of it and it's incredibly sweet. Alright, we get a lid on and we'll leave it. Right, it's settled at 67.1. Just get the sparge water ready whilst it's mashing in for 60 minutes. Right, finished mashing, just draining the grain, and we're shortly start sparging. So we're just sparging away now. Letting it run very gently and having a nice little layer of water above the grain bed. Just treacle it in and move it around, make it nice and even so it gets to all the grains. Here are the hops that are going in. Going to do 300 grams total, 100 grams of Jester, 100 grams of Belma, and 100 grams of whole melon. What I'm going to do is 5 grams of each for the bittering hops at the start of the boil. I thought I'd do a mix, so just 5 grams of each one at the start of the boil, not much for bittering. Then I'm going to do 30 grams of each at flame out, and then the remaining 65 grams of each one will go in as a dry hop a few days after fermentation has started. So the boil's just started. We're at the 60-minute edition. So we're now just going to add the flame out hops. Right, and I'll get that water chiller going. And we're now filling up the fermenter. Looking nice. So we're at 23.2 degrees, just about to pitch the yeast. Got it set up so I can, at a height, so I can drain it into my corny cake once it's done. And the yeast we're going to use is WHC Lab Yeast Fruit Bowl. So we're nice and aerated, let's pitch the yeast. So we'll leave her to ferment. I've just checked my starting gravity and I would say it's at 1062. just under 24 hours, and we have a very lively fermentation. I'm very glad I put the blow off on it. Right, leave it to carry on. So we're ready to dry hop. It's been 4 days. We've had a pretty lively fermentation. I've had to change the blow off solution at least 2 or 3 times now. A lot of yeast went through into it. I think I'll set it up so I can harvest some of the yeast in future next time, ready for if I get so much through it again. Here's the hops. We've got 195 grams total. I'll just get the fermenter out and chuck them in. So sterilise the lid. And we'll just get these in there and get that lid back on. Right, we get that lid back on and leave it for about another 4 days before kegging. So it's kegging day. We've had the dry hops in there for 4 days now. It's been fermenting for 8 days total. The smells that have been coming off it, coming out the blow off and just around it, it's smelling so fruity, really good. Like mango, definitely can smell pineapple, maybe light hints of citrus. It's got a really nice colour on it. I checked the final gravity to make sure that it was ready to keg. We're at, I'd say 1010. Yeah, lovely colour. Right. Yeah, just look at that colour. The smells have been so fruity coming off it. I get that put in the keg. I think I'm going to do a couple of bottles, maybe 5 bottles, stick the rest in the keg, and then stick it in the keezer. Just show a quick look at the dry hops. All floating on the top there. Loads of them. Right, we get that closed and we start draining it off. So we're draining into the keg. You can just about see colour there. Get it filled up, stick it in the keezer. Here's also the 5 bottles that I mentioned that I bottled up, put just under a teaspoon of dextrose sugar in each one of them. Leave them for a couple of weeks. Have a look at all the dry hops in the bottom. Plenty in there. Again, some of the smells that have been coming off is amazing. It's like strawberry kind of milkshake hint smell, mango, really slight citrus, like slight lemon, and definitely a lot of pineapple. I could smell it when it was fermenting away. You can smell it coming out here. I just hope it stays in once it's carbonated, and hopefully it's got some lovely flavours and enjoy drinking. So we've got the gas on it. Turn it up. Turn the PSI on low at the moment. Just vent it a little bit. Get rid of that oxygen. Right, that'll be enough venting. We crank the pressure up to about 35 psi. Sometimes done it at 30. I find 35 is better. And we'll leave that for 3 days. There we go. So it's finally the day we get to try the NEIPA. Had it on 3 days at 35 psi. Lovely orange colour on it. Head seems to be coming up quite nice. See if that holds up. Look at that colour. Got a slow pour on this because I've got thin beer lines just to stop the over foaming, and I've got it pouring at about 8 psi serving pressure. Right, just have to get to that. Turn it off. Look at that colour on that. Get over there, you can see it a bit better. Look at that, beautiful. Lovely orange colour on that. Look at that. Have a smell of that. It's got, as I say, the smells I had before, like strawberry milkshake type smell. Try a bit of it. Mango, pineapple, like I said before, really faint flavours of citrus. The head on it almost tastes like the strawberry milkshake actually. And then in it you've got like subtle mango and definitely pineapple. Yeah, that's really nice. Happy with how that's turned out. Even though I've drunk some of the head, it still seems to stay in pretty good. I'm very happy with that. Once again, thank you very much for watching. You've been watching Luke the Mad Hopper.